Boom. Salutations. Hope this finds you well. You know, I wanted to actually give a little props where they should be given, and also address something in terms of, we hear so much, you know, that there's no evidence that Sasquatch has any type of paranormal abilities. And people like me are put in a, what is it called, the woo camp. Well, MK Davis has done 3 videos in about the last 6 weeks over the Paul Freeman footage. And that's the huge Sasquatch that he caught walking kind of on the side of the lagoon. There's like 2, he's caught it like twice. One of them in the background, he says, with a kid, and the really big one, and oh, there he goes. That one. In that one, there's evidence of both of those that this being is creating some type of a vibrational disruption in the trees and the bushes right there near it. That's one thing that is showing, that MK Davis is showing on there. Okay, and another is this large flash of light. And it's at the part where Paul Freeman like almost drops the camera and goes, whoa, like that. So what is it about this being that is generating either a type of a heat or a sound vibration and generating a light for a flash? That means there's energy present, energy creating energy to a degree. Okay, so what is that? And that's, I think, is something that needs to be really evaluated a little deeper when looking at these Sasquatch beings. And that kind of takes us into, are they accessing Makos? And it reminds me of something that was on recently, the Skinwalker Ranch, which the Skinwalker Ranch, that TV show, they did a deal where they went somewhere else that wasn't the ranch, but what do they call that place? Oh, I'm sorry, it's a canyon of something, but there are all these pictographs, and also they're doing these scans and showing that these swirls, they look like Makos actually, these pictographs that are heating up. And then they brought in some Native Americans to start doing drumming, and the heat created, even among the stones, created these symbols, and they got more increase, and also in the sky they were seeing like some heat too. That's on that Skinwalker Ranch. So I think that's just kind of interesting when thinking about it. So we're dealing with, I believe, the gentleman Jonathan Dover, the Navajo park ranger, or yeah, I believe, he had said, you know, that several things are created that create these portals, he was taught. One, which is you have the energy, okay, you have the vibration, okay, so that's a few things we're dealing with, and the next is this heat. So that's 3 things we have that are showing that maybe Sasquatch is able to access these portals and things. And I think it's no coincidence that a lot of people see orbs or around Sasquatch or see them in orbs. When you start having that ability, you can actually shift your dream body, your energy body, into an orb, into a circular spherical form that makes it easier for interdimensional, interstellar travel. So I think that needs to be taken quite seriously. And another way they could be doing it too is with plasma, all right? Actually, liquid plasma, which is body plasma, all right, that comes with your blood and things. But it makes me wonder, and I'm curious of that, and that's based on my own experiences. And I've showed you this ship many times, all right? And above it is this thing I've actually done a video over that's called the directional emitter. All right, this directional emitter had 2 functions. One, it felt like it was tuning me in like a radio station, all right? So I know it's actually monitoring brain waves in that function, right? Picking up on brain waves and tuning me in is what it was doing there. But also it has the ability to emit a type of a plasma beam that opens up a rift into another universe, a wormhole, a mako, magnetically eternally collapsing objects. And you saw what this thing did. I'm not going to go over too much, but it started shifting and morphing, into, what was it, it changed into, from that to this, and then it turned into this. Once you look back on my channel under UFO propulsions and technologies, all right, that's called the tripyramidal Merkaba. And I saw that in J.J. Hertog's book also. I've talked about that quite a bit. Anyway, point being that they're using this type of directional emitter with the plasma beam to open up a rift into another universe, another dimension. It's one way it can be done also. And from there, once they actually go into the wormhole, what this was doing was changing its configuration, okay, to match its pattern of configuration to match its destination of whatever that was, a different type of a universe, is what I believe, all right? And which would have been probably based on crystalline. Anyway, just another thing. So when dealing with Sasquatch, these beings, are they also able to do something with their blood plasma and able to actually heat that up to a degree, or do something electrical that creates this? Somehow they're creating that flash, and somehow they're able to access these portals. They also could be doing it through sound. We know how powerful their voices are, and how much that carries. Anything that can echo through mountain ranges could surely use those tones to open up a portal as well. So these are just things I think need to be really examined. I'll put MK Davis's 3 videos on here. I'll put links of them in the video itself, in the context part, and also down in the comments as well. I really advise people check them out a little bit. I think the light flash, again, is very important, and how light is involved in all this. I've done a lot about the light now, and how light is a key when it comes to not just portal, but makos and other things. So that's, again, food for thought, right? So check that out, and I think this really needs to be taken serious when it is taken in how Sasquatches report to vanish a lot. I've done some videos on UFO and also invisibility, and how that deals with some of the hair that's been found that has it's almost translucent and has some type of a chlorophyll in it. So that's really, really fascinating stuff. There's different Sasquatch pairs, but that's one of them that would give them the ability just naturally to camouflage without all this other stuff. But we go back to like the Toltecs and some of the people like Castaneda was dealing with, Don Juan and the others. They had these abilities to access some of these portals themselves. They called one of them the Cosmic Vagina, I believe, in his book that was the one they jumped off the precipice, and he said that they turned into lights and were circulating, and they went through this hole. That was a very interesting description by him on what they appeared to look like before they transcended or left. So anyway, just when you're dealing with these Sasquatch, they would go back to that time when you had many people, many warriors and shamans and those type of medicine people walking the earth, and a whole different thing, a type 1 civilization. They go that far back. Is that why they also have this ability? Because it doesn't seem to be strictly technology with them, unless there's an inner-earth connection too that uses this work. So it takes us down the rabbit hole a little. Takes us down the rabbit hole a little bit, but it's worth investigation. Please subscribe. Please ring the bell. This is the last video I'll be doing, or next to the last one. So thank you for everybody that's supporting me this far. Please share the video. Thank you to people on Patreon, or these will not be done at all. I would have stopped this years ago. Thanks, BC, for squeezing a little more with me. It's probably the end of that conference in Georgia, or in Florida, that I didn't make it to. So hope that went well for everybody. And I'll be in the Appalachian Mountains in about a week and a half at the Star Seed reunion. And I'll put a link up to that too. So much power and peace.